Hey, welcome back to another episode of Johnscryptotherapy. On today's episode, we're going to define to ourselves what is a key level. So today's video, we're going to understand key levels. We're going to look at price projection as well. This is not just no hypothetical guessing or anything of that nature. This is about structure giving us clues. So for today's video, we're going to define to ourselves how we define every single structure. We're going to make it make sense, and we're going to understand these are going to be key levels of reversals or when to buy your next Omi bag, okay? So Omi is going to explode. I think has such a great high probability trade right here, okay? Also, when you look at my latest videos or my last two videos, you can understand that I did project and said to you guys that price from this point around 0.0067 was absolutely going to go up. Why is that the case? Reasons why: we have a great structural break, price goes above structure, look for that perfect entry, and we have price going to the top. And once price went to the top, of course you understood we had a key divergence, and that key divergence was showing us that price was eventually going to reverse. If you understand the simplicity of trading and you do believe that these values of these zones hold a real good price action towards when to buy, when to sell, then yes, absolutely it makes sense, right? To those that don't believe in trading, yes, this is just lines that a little kid can draw. Yes, I totally understand that speculation. But guys, in order for you to be successful, please make sure to watch this video and understand key levels and make sure of patterns. Patterns are going to give us such a great answer towards future price projection. But that's not all. You still need to understand key ways of a reversal trade, but also key ways of a breakout of structure. So if you guys understand all of that, yes, you could be an 80 to 85% trader, or even 90 if you wait for the right opportunity. So opportunity is in the market. Just make sure to grab it, okay? So let's look at this like this and see what is happening with price. So let's go into the chart and see. The reasons why I love charts is because it gives me a real answer. There is a lot of hype when people said news is gonna come, news is this, news is that. Remember, those are words made by the people. When you look at the numbers, yes, numbers are made by people, but numbers don't lie. Once the numbers are printed, that is the number. Now you work off of that, and this is why you could be a great trader, okay? So if you believe in that, this is the way to go. So we go to the top of the body, and you guys can notice right away, this is a key level of structure. We have resistance right there. We do have a bunch of support, and you could go back in time and see how this medial line gives us great values. If I really wanted to, and I could take this right here, and even when I go back in time right here and I get a line right there and I go through, you guys can see how it does make sense. It does give me plays from way back that this was a key level in the market. So once looking at that, remember guys, this is not just a trend line, this is a zone. So a zone would give you more touches, right? Not just a trend line. So when we come back to the future price, we understand one key value. Price did not break this medial trend line. That means we still have some key resistance, and we do have sellers that missed the opportunity to sell down here. And if you did not get the chance to sell down here, this is their opportunity of saying, you know what, price, this is a good time for us to sell. But don't be fooled. Even though we see these big bearish candles, does not mean it is time to sell. It means it's time to watch out and see what the price is going to do. We do have a lot of patterns showing us that future price can be hit, and this is the cool patterns we're going to talk about today. So let me take away these lines. So hopefully you guys do understand the medial line is a very important line for us to watch, okay? So once we go like this, let's go from here, let's go to the top, and we're going to take this as an AB move. We're going to go and clone this, and we're going to take that and put it exactly right here. Once we do that, this is not no gimmick. This is actually the truth. Why does it land in that range? Why? Because it makes sense. And to traders, we like patterns that make sense because it's like the world. Everything makes sense and it goes around. So this is why we do the things we do. So for this level, we're going to go like this and say, all right, this is a key level now, 0.010. Absolutely, because when we're looking at sell-offs and you're looking at price and adjustments, of course you're not going to wait to the top to sell off. That would be ridiculous, especially if you believe it's going to go to the top there to sell off. I'm not saying sell off as in this project is over. Sell off as in take profit, come back to another level and buy the dip. So when we're looking at that, we need to understand what is the next level that absolutely can be hit. This is going to be that level, okay guys? So please make sure, if you want to be a trader, if you want to be an investor, and you want to make the most this cycle for Ecomi and be a great trader, these are levels that you need to plot in right now. So 0.010, put it in your book, put it wherever you need to do. Make sure and make a reference out of this, okay? So that is going to be one of my key levels that I would say for sure has great high projections of where price can go. The other thing that we're going to look at is we're going to look at maybe the flag as well. So we did have this flag formation. So today's video, guys, is just going to be strictly levels. I'm going to give you key levels that if you plot out now, this is how I take advantage of the market. I do not come to the market and just look at price and say, this is a good time to buy or sell. I need structure to be broken. If I see price action and I see the right perfect entry strategy that I do teach my students, and I see a breakout of 0.0081, I'm in the trade, no second guessing, and I'm looking for the next level to take my profit, which is going to be 0.010. Also, guys, does not mean price when it breaks this has to go all the way to the top. Does not mean that. It can absolutely go up. It could come retest the previous structure, then absolutely go up. If that does happen, you see how this medial line is very responsive to ways of reversals or support. I will take this trend and I will extend it. Reasons why I extend it is for the purpose of, if this market goes sideways, instead of going all the way back down to find support all the way here, I can maybe find it in this medial trend line. So I could be ahead of the market and still adjust to my trading idea and come back and get another trade to be hit. I'm not going to go out of my way and say it's going to hit the top. Why? Because we had a key level of resistance right here. We just have to play it out. This is why trading is so much fun. Why? Because you get to look at future price, but also make sense of it in your own way. So like I said, guys, this is like an art form. Super fun if you love to trade, okay? So let's take away these lines and we're going to look at other key levels. What makes sense? That's what I like to see, okay, guys? So let's do this right here. All right, so we do have this bullish flag. Everything is pointing out to key levels of pressure to the upside. Also, guys, when we're looking at a key pressure level and we're looking at a flag formation, truth be told, the best level to ever buy out of a flag, yes, you could say the breakout, but the true testament of time is to see if this flag is real. And the best way to do that is when price comes back and it retests the previous structure. What does this sign look like in the market? Absolutely what it is doing. Price went up, found resistance, and came back down. Yes, it held inside the flag with the wicks, but also this channel gave a confirmation. This is such a bullish momentum that we will absolutely see some great gains for Ecomi this cycle. Hopefully you guys are ready, because Ecomi is going to do big things, and I believe that. So let's do this right here and look for the take profit. Take profit, of course, goes to the first initial breakout. And if you guys can notice, this is going to be the level in the market where it is projecting to go, 0.01. And the cool thing about this, it makes sense. This is why I love trading. It all makes sense. Why? When you look left of structure, historical data, it makes sense, right? This is why, if you could understand these levels right here, you will make a lot of money. And I'm not saying this because I haven't done it. I have done a lot of things in the markets to make a lot of money. I have made trades that make sense. And when you look at this, no investments should ever pump like this. Whenever you see an investment pumping like this, you need to understand in your mind, this is too good to be true. That means there's going to be a time in the market it's going to dump. And this is why it dumped, because it wasn't ready for it. Now we're looking at steps towards the upside. If you are a great trader and you understand these are the steps that we need to take, then you would understand this is the way the truth behold when it comes to trading. We want to see key levels broken, we buy the breakout. We sell the retest and buy the breakout, right? So guys, that is the way to do it. Ecomi does a lot of good things. We do have a lot of great news, especially with the immutable, and that's the fundamental side. Even though we have that fundamental side, we don't look for a trade until this key level is broken. So whatever the fundamental news does, we as traders don't really care. We do care about the sense that it can help us with our trade or push it to all-time highs, but we still have set rules. Our set rules are very simple. If the news happens or not, I'm still waiting for 0.0081 to be broken for a high probable trade. That is for a high probable trade. If you're swing traded, that is awesome trade. Like I said, guys, we projected this move to the buy side. A lot of students made 20%. We projected this move to the downside. A lot of students made over 60%. This is not a joke. This is because they listen to structure, they listen to the voice of the charts, and they make sense of it, okay? So a lot of people don't want to make sense of it because, first of all, they don't have patience, they don't know how to do the charts, but also their mentorship or the person they're trying to follow is all hype and not realistic to the chart. What I'm telling you is be realistic. Stop over worrying. Stop thinking that this price is going to skyrocket. Just keep it simple. Keep it day by day. If you want to be an investor, invest in the market at the very bottom. Don't look at the chart. Have fun with it. If you want to be a trader and you want to compound your interest and you want to say to yourself, hey, how did this guy actually get 1 billion tokens? First of all, I compounded my interest. Each time people bought at key levels to sell, I sold. And each time people sold at support, I bought. And this is the way to do so. Okay, guys, this is the only way to be successful in this game of trading. So please make sure to be patient and understand those criterias. Okay, so let's get right into this once again. Right here, if you guys can notice, we do have another pattern, and these patterns are really, really beautiful if you really do know how to draw them out, okay? So we do have this right here, and if you guys can see in this picture, this is an ascending triangle. That means that price should be primed to break up. Price is going up, it is flattening up on the top, but the bottoms are getting higher. So it made a higher high in the first time, then a higher low, then an equal high, and it's making higher lows. So that means we're getting primed, guys. Getting primed means that we're getting closer to the breakout of structure. If you're watching this very carefully, you need to understand and say to yourself, if we're breaking out of this structure, we're looking for take profits. This is going to be another level we can use to take profit. So if this is going to be that other level of taking profit, so this right here is making sense to me that this level is going to be a huge level of sell-off. So if you guys are ready for that, make sure to understand these are going to be levels of resistance. Resistance means we could see a downward push. So what that means is we could absolutely see price getting pushed off at these amazing levels. So don't think about manipulation. Don't think about anything like that, guys. We're spotting the chart before the chart is made. Everything is falling into place, guys. Please make sure to pay attention to this because I do want every single one of you guys to make the most out of your Omi cycle. I really do care about the Omi community. That's why I love doing these charts, not because I cannot do any other trades or any other videos. My students knows that I could trade any asset because I'm comfortable. I understand my abilities and I make it to the best of my abilities, all right? So once again, we're gonna look at another pattern that's going to give us some clues or justification on future price. Let's go right here and let's get the arc. So we're gonna look at the cup and handle and see how it is playing out. So we do have the move to the downside. We do have the handle right here. The handle does not look perfect. The cup, yes, it looks perfect because this is what you want to see. You don't want to really see price on the inside. The reasons why it is like that, it is choppy, that is totally fine. As a trader, I still use certain values and use this as future price projections to make sense of certain things. So once again, once we do this, we like to go from the middle all the way to the bottom. Then we go to the top here, all the way to the bottom. Reasons why we do this is because this is going to be the long take profit while this is the short. Once you do that, you want to prime it and put it in the neckline and see where it falls. What I would recommend to do when you are finding levels like this, you would highlight this as a little bit weaker level just for you to realize the stronger levels and make sure there is some key levels of reversals that absolutely can happen, but make sense of it, guys. Also make sense of it, okay? So we do have the other one as well. This is going to be the key breakout, the bigger structural move, and now we have another level in the market that makes sense. So once again, guys, this is how I make sense of certain things, okay? So when we're breaking all-time highs, we have another level right here of 0.015. that is a level that is always there, and we as traders now make sense of that, okay? Perfect. So now I'm gonna remove this pattern right here because it doesn't make sense for me to have it anymore, right? Move all of this and let's go like that. Let's clean up this little chart right here. Okay, so this is a long-term projection, okay? Also, guys, we do have a key breakout. This was a long-term breakout, and this is why I am super bullish on Ecomi. Not because of anything else, just because of this key breakout, we could see why we could be super bullish. This breakout was primed to make us go to all-time highs, and this all-time highs for the symmetrical triangle was broken. And you guys can tell if I go really to the bottom like that and I take this and I use it on the breakout, this is where I think this cycle can absolutely go. So please keep this in your books. Let's be realistic, and a realistic trader would be realistic to his patterns, realistic to his price action, and everything like that. So because I'm a realistic trader, I'm not going to tell you guys it's going to go to 5 cents or anything like that. Yes, it could do that with fundamentals, maybe great news, but what I could see that is strong and for us to hold this level is 0.019, which makes sense right before the 2 cents. Think about it logically. You don't want to hold the price or the value until the 2 cents. There's always going to be dumps before, or even when price breaks the 2 cents, it will dump right after. It is a way to make manipulation easier. A lot of people like those real numbers, the whole numbers, but you got to understand, in the markets don't care about your feelings. They don't care about anything. They only use this to trap your emotions and try to take advantage, okay? And I will make sure to repeat these levels as well so you guys can take advantage of these trading abilities, okay? So we do have that key breakout, beautiful structural break, and now we're going to zoom in. The reasons why we zoom in, we want to understand, okay, look, we have all these key levels. We're primed to go to the top. These are levels, okay, if John takes reversals here, maybe I should take reversals here too. Maybe it makes sense for me to do a sell and try to buy at the bottom. Why? Because he's making sense. Ecomi did pump once. This was all fake. And once you realize it was fake, it came back down. This is where Ecomi really truly started. I believe this is the cycle, or this is a real reaction of what Ecomi would have done without this major hype. But this will guarantee us a better structural value. As you guys notice, we do have the 50 level, which has held over time. The reasons why it held over time is because we have historical data, but also we have future price actually respecting the zone. Because it respects the zone, we could truly say, hey, John, if this trend line goes up and we do break this trend line and we do break this level of support, can we see a bear cycle? Yes. Yes. And why is that? Because we broke all the major key levels of support that we use as support. And because it's broken, what do you think is going to happen? A lot of selling pressure is going to happen. We can absolutely see the bottoms, or we can see around 0.0023, which can absolutely happen. Okay, guys? So remember, all of these are in play. We just want to make sense of this. Also, if you are a Fibonacci trader, I do want to put this on the chart just for you. When we do the Fibonacci, we can look at the 50 and the 61.8. You can see how the price really respected that key level. When we're looking at that, we want to put an extension of the 50 and the 61.8. We go to our extension tool, go to the top, go back all the way to the bottom, and you guys can see where is 1.61. Awesome. 1.61 is right here, and we could put that in confluence with the other zone. So that means there is a pocket there that we could take advantage. So what I like to do when I see a zone really close by each other, I would just do that. And that's all you have to do. This is a smaller zone, so I would just keep it a little bit smaller. And these are the major levels. Major levels would be roughly right here, 0.0081. Keep that in your books. Another major level, 0.0105. Another major level would be 0.013. And another major level would be exactly 0.015. The other major level would be roughly around 0.019. Keep those levels in mind, because trust me guys, those levels are going to be key levels. What I would love to see is structure break, retest, and this is what the market does, guys. Comes back to the key level, get validation that this is a strong level, then we get momentum, and then we break to all-time highs. So keep that in mind, okay? So what I like to do once I am done this, I like to go to a lower time frame and scale down the charts. Why I do that is because we drew the bigger zones and I still want to make money today. In order for me to make money, I try to draw up patterns that make sense, but also I understand my breakout strategies. Once again, we have this beautiful pattern. This pattern is great, a symmetrical triangle. You sell on the top, you buy on the bottom. If price does retreat all the way back down here, I will look for some entries for my long position. Of course, when I'm looking for my entries for my long position, and I'll look to take profits here. Why? Because I'm holding within the symmetrical triangle. I don't know the breakout yet, but once the breakout happens, then I'll be comfortable to say price will absolutely go up. When we look at the symmetrical triangle, and let's just say it breaks out here, it gives us that level, guys. It absolutely gives us that level we just drew on the higher time frame. This is why I like to do multi-time data, because it gives me more volume, it gives me more understanding of what future price is about to do. Okay, guys, keep that in mind. Let's go back into the 4-hour once again, and that's not the only pattern we like to see. The other pattern that I like to see is it's right there, and I want to use that as well. See, as a trader, I want to use all the patterns that is there to make the most sense. And right here, there is another pattern. So when I go from the bottom to the top, if you guys can notice, this is absolutely a flag formation. Once we're looking at a flag, we do see prices holding within it. Once price breaks up, this is bullish. We want to use the extension and see exactly where it's going to go. So this price breakout is giving confirmation that we are going to slowly see the break of this structure. If we do see the break of 0.0081, we can absolutely see 0.010 being hit. So trust me, guys, this is in the books. Understand the structure and the key values of what this is giving us. Okay, last but not least, let me go back to the daily and show you something really cool. If you are an Ichimoku trader or wondering how do we get into these advanced trades, once we put the Ichimoku on right here, we can understand something really important. And guys, as a trader, you want to make sense of this. Right here, it is a green cloud. Green cloud is only giving me confirmation this is a bullish momentum. So if we do see price coming back down, that's totally fine. We can maybe see some support right here, and then we can see a huge rally to the upside. If the price does cross the Ichimoku and goes lower, then we need to make sure that the 50 level right here holds. If it doesn't hold, then guess what, guys? We are going to see a downward move to the downside. So to keep it simple, let's see the structural breaks. We have a lot of patterns in here. We're good. We're primed to say we're going to go to the top, okay? Also, when we're looking at Bitcoin, I will do this as well for you guys. When we're looking at Bitcoin, we do see that price did get rejected right here. We did see a bullish divergence. We are still not comfortable to say this is a bullish move. Yes, price could go all the way to the top here, and if price does go there and it does retest on this channel or this wedge formation, and it gives us good confirmation that it could go down, even that little impulsive move to the upside could give us strength for Ecomi just to push all the way to the top here. If that does happen, that'll be great. But regardless if that happens or not, what I need to know as a trader when you're looking at this is very simple. I just want to make sure that this key level is broken. If I see a key level structural break, I do see the push to the upside, and I look for that retest. That's going to give me more confirmation that this level is validation for me to buy more OMI tokens. If that's the case, OMI for sure is going to fuel up and go to the moon. Okay, guys? So hopefully this video did give you guys all levels in the markets, and make sure you guys are ready for this move, all right? OMI is a tricky coin. There is a lot of people that said you cannot trade OMI. I have traded OMI throughout time and made a huge profitable living with it. Then people say you're manipulating price. Then they tell you don't trade OMI. But then they come behind you and they ask you for advice. Guys, this world is going to be like that no matter what. Even if you feel like you're doing good for the community, there's always going to be haters telling you otherwise. Regardless if you're a hater or if you love my content, I just want to say thank you all for even sitting on that chair or just standing or whatever you're doing to watch this video. And because of you guys, I love coming onto the computer knowing that I could change a life just with a simple video. Trust me, guys, there's a lot of success stories. There's a lot of people telling me great things about their life and what they're doing to put more food on the table or do things that are different for their family. So once again, this video is for you guys. Thank you all for just being a part of this journey, okay? Other than that, remember, this is not financial advice. This is my advice. Whatever you do, it is all up to you guys, okay? And remember, if you want to get the right price action and the right entries for your trades, remember, the people that are mentors online giving fake advice, that is not going to cut it for long term. That could cut it for the short term, but if you really want to be a trader and you really want to be a part of my mentorship for students, please make sure to email me. I am looking to maybe put on more students next year, or even my students will become mentors themselves. So this is a great opportunity for everyone to learn from each other. And like I said, guys, this type of analysis that I do is not just for Omi, it is for every single coin. So please make sure to watch this video, and if you do like this video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Other than that, thank you so much. Take it easy, and John out.